Charlie Shuffler.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Poudii. So XXL Freshman, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. But yeah, so like everyone is always like predicting who's gonna be on the list every year. Now it's like a big thing. So I have my list of 10 artists who I think should be on the list, and it's not like my favorite artist or nothing. It's like artists who I see put in the work and who deserves to be on that list. And that's what this video is. But y'all know how XXL is, especially with last year, man. There was a lot of people that they didn't put that everyone was like kind of confused about. For example, like where was Famous Dex, Rich the Kid, T Grizzly, Black, Nav. Like those are just some, Young and May. Those are just some of the people, you know what I'm saying, who people thought was definitely gonna be on. So you know, with XXL, you kind of never know how it's gonna go. But this is my list of people who I think are gonna make the list. You know, I'm someone who listens to hip-hop all the time. I listen to all artists, and this is an unbiased opinion list, so let's get straight to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you what artists and then tell you why I think they should be on it, but I think I'm gonna start with the most obvious ones first. So first up we have Lil Pump. He's just the biggest star right now. There's not much that need to be said about it. Biggest star, and I feel like he represents everything of what the new wave is. He's young, he's like 16, and he's huge. He's the biggest one on this list. Next up, someone who's really huge, who I feel like would also be a walk-on for this list, Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd is a new artist. He blew up. I remember at June he had like 50,000 followers on Instagram, and it's just crazy to see how big he's gotten now. I mean, he just dropped a song with Travis Scott, and Trippie Redd's gonna be huge. So I feel like Trippie Redd is another obvious walk-on for this list. Third, so here's someone else who I think has a great chance of being on the list, and I feel like he's killing it right now, and I'm just almost 100% sure this person's gonna be on this list as well, and that person is NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy, I believe he's like 17 or 18 years old, man. He's killing it. He has a crazy fan base. He makes great music. He has tons of followers online, and you know what I'm saying. And I've seen some footage of his shows. His shows look crazy, and I feel like NBA YoungBoy is another good representation of where like hip hop is right now. And he has his own wave. He's not. I don't think he's part of that mumble rap, you know, type of music. He kind of reminds me of like a like Kodak almost. That in that same lane that Kodak is in, NBA YoungBoy is right there. And NBA YoungBoy is a walk-on, and I feel like he's really on his own lane as far as the other rappers on this list. Actually, there's one more who I think is gonna make the list as well, who's on you know the same kind of path as NBA YoungBoy, but he's definitely someone who I feel like is definitely gonna make the list. So fourth up, XXL always have a female artist, and if there's any artist right now who is killing the game and is definitely a walk on this list, that is Cardi B. And Cardi B is an artist who, even if they didn't like get a female artist every year, Cardi B would definitely be on this list. She's killing it. She's like the biggest artist right now. She had the biggest song this summer, and there's without a doubt that Cardi B won't be on this list, or shouldn't deserve to be on this list. I wouldn't say, you know, without a doubt, because you know everyone thought Young and May was gonna be on the list, and then after December of last year she got kind of cold. And then like her last thing you really heard of her was Eat, that she dropped in December, and then she dropped the EP, I think it was like March or something, and you know you didn't really hear too much hype on her. So if Cardi B keep going in the right path and keep up the heat, it's without a doubt that she'll be on this XXL list. So fourth goes to Cardi B. Fifth up is a person that a lot of people thought should have been on the list last year, but personally I thought it was too early for the person, and I feel like this year this person really did a good job of really separating themselves and pretty much showing the fans and everyone else around why this person has a spot and why it's so popular, and really showed off his talents. This person is Ski Mask, the Slump God. Ski Mask is a person who's, at first, the music I was not a big fan of, because I guess I kind of didn't understand. He does a lot of like experimental stuff, which is nothing wrong with that, but like when he like rapped over the Psychosocial by Slipknot, like I was kind of like confused with where he was going. But man, Ski Mask is killing it right now. And his songs is great. People calling him the next Busta Rhymes. Ski Mask is someone on his list. He's doing something. He's in his own lane, as I feel like a lot of his peers, and he's definitely doing something different from a lot of the other people who I think are going to be on this list. You know, he killed it with his song Baby Wipes. He killed it with his song Cash Me Outside. And I mean, he just has like, his style is so different. So without a doubt, I feel like this year is a perfect time for Ski Mask, and I'm pretty confident he's gonna be on the list. Next up, we have an artist. I feel like we always need a lyrical artist on the list. And even though I feel like some of these people, I mean, Ski Mask has lyrics, he has bars, but I feel like XXL, they always trying to get people from different avenues so all their fans could tune into their magazine. And I feel like they need a strictly lyrical artist. I've had this list since like 2-3 months ago. I just never got around to making a video. In the last week, I just added this artist's name, and that is no other than Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas, within the past week and a half, he just gotten huge. His song blew up. And then he also did a Gucci Gang remix that blew up, which I feel like was so smart, because though he's a lyrical artist, for you to rap over the quote-unquote mumble rap song, you know what I'm saying, quote-unquote mumble rap, and show people that you could rap over the same beat, that you just choose to rap over your beats because that's the type of music you enjoy. Joyner Lucas is someone without a doubt that I feel like if he can keep up nearly as much hype as he have right now all the way to about March, I feel like he'll definitely be an artist that'll be on the list. Next up is an artist who I was put on with in January, but then recently I was really started tuning into his music after he dropped a mixtape, and then he just dropped a collab mixtape. And yeah, this is an artist who I feel like should definitely be on the list. Pick number 7 for me would be Moneybag, yo. Yeah. He's dope. I feel like he's also in a kind of NBA YoungBoy, not in NBA YoungBoy's lane. NBA YoungBoy and Moneybag, yo, I feel like are kind of in the same lane with their music. They even just dropped a mixtape together. It even sounds like they were just like made to make music together. Yeah, Moneybag, yo, is dope, and yeah, I feel like he should definitely make the list. So yeah, number 7 pick goes to Moneybag, yo. So now's the part of the list where stuff started to get a little difficult, because there's only 3 more people, and you know what I'm saying, there's still a whole list of artists. Number 7 spot is an artist who just been blowing up. He has a lot of hit songs, and he's signed to a label with people who are popping, and this artist makes great music. He's one of my favorite newer artists. He has a great sound. My 8th pick will go to Lil Baby. Like I said, Lil Baby, his music is great. He has a great sound. I feel like he'd be a perfect fit for this list, and I feel like he's gonna really blow up on another level in 2018. And yeah, I think he should definitely make the list. Next up is an artist I feel like should have been on the list last year, but I feel like this year haven't done a lot since the XXL list came out. He's definitely a great artist. I love his music, and if he has something in store within the next couple months, I feel like this is definitely an artist who needs to be on the list for 2018, and this is T Grizzly. Man, T Grizzly is dope. He has great music, he has great records, and there's not really much else to say, man. T Grizzly needs to be on this list. So we have one more person. 10th spot is usually where the fans pick. That's what XXL does it, and as much as I do want y'all to pick, this one is hard for me because there's a lot of great artists who are still out, who are still on my, on my big list of artists I think should be on this list. And even right now, I don't even know who I would pick as a 10th spot, but I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say, so 10th spot of my pick, who I believe is gonna be in a XXL Freshman, YB in the Mirror. YB in the Mirror has gotten huge within the past like 3 months. He took off with his song Rubbing Off the Paint, and then since then has been dropping consistent music, and he's grew a big following of over 500,000 on Instagram, and he makes great music. He's someone who I feel should definitely deserve to be on this list, and he's definitely someone who I feel like will grow big and be a star in 2018. So that is my 10 people of who I believe is going to be in the XXL Freshman list. Now, are these 10 people actually going to be in the XXL Freshman list? Probably not. XXL has done many times showed us that you pretty much can't guess who's gonna be on the list. Even if an artist has an incredible year and is pretty much a walk-on, you never know with XXL. So I won't be surprised if 5 of these artists aren't on the list. I made this list really unbiasedly, so these aren't like my favorite artists. These are artists who I think have been killing it and definitely should make the list. I also want to give some notable mentions to people who I feel have been killing it, but just didn't make the 10 spots. First off the list, I want to say Jay Critch. He's in Rich Forever. He's the 3rd person in there, and I feel like he's also going to have a good 2018. Also, Sa Baby. He dropped Pull Up With A Stick, and you really have not heard much of him since then. Only thing he did was he just re-released his mixtape. I think Sa Baby is a great artist. Like, I feel like he makes different music, and I just wish I saw more from him. But I feel like if he drops a mixtape, he'll definitely have a good 2018 as well. Someone who didn't make the list that I know y'all gonna ask about is Smoke Perp. Smoke Perp is good. I love his music. He just dropped the mixtape. I liked it. Also, Young and May. She's been really quiet other than Walk that she dropped, which is incredible. Young and May is my favorite female artist. I'm convinced Young and May can kill everybody on this list in bars other than Joyner Lucas. Little Peep was someone who I had on my notable mentions list as well. So rest in peace, Little Peep. I'm gonna give a shout out to him. Rich the Kid. For Rich the Kid, Rich Kid should have been on in 2015, but they didn't put him on in 2016. They didn't put him on in 2017. Even if they offer him 2018, Rich the Kid, I believe he's smart enough to reject that because he's just further along in his career than everyone else on this list. I mean, he just got off a tour with Future. Also, Lil Xan. Lil Xan got huge off of one song. I know he has other songs, but it was one, like, he got huge. I believe I watched the interview, said he just started rapping in February. He has over 1 million followers on Instagram already, and like like one song is what most people know him for. I have checked out his other music as well, and I'm convinced if Lil Xan drops a mixtape, he'll definitely have a good 2018. Famous Dex, I know the situation of 2017, why he didn't get on, so, and then like he cursed him out, so I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be on there. But Famous Dex should have been a walk-on for 2017. Belly, he's an artist who I kind of just got put on with him, but knowing how the whole like XO is, and I'm sure he wouldn't accept it anyway. Black, I feel like Black should have been on there last year, and actually I forgot about him with this list. I just thought his name on top of my head. He seems like the type person to reject the list, but you never know. I know his management team, Drum and Rari from his management was both on the list, so I don't feel like he'll turn it down or anything. But if he wasn't on for 2016, then like, you know, but he's definitely someone who I believe should have been on for 2017. Squid Nice, he's an artist who I just got put on with recently, and I feel like if he drops a mixtape, he'll have an amazing 2018. He's one of my favorite newer artists out. Also, DDG, at the time of recording this video, I feel like it's real early for him, for people to see where he's at his music. He's killing it with numbers though. All his songs have millions of views. But I feel like once he drops a mixtape and it starts doing shows, then people can have a good understanding of where he's at in his music career. Day Day, I feel like is someone who could have made it last year, but I kind of don't feel like he's done enough this year to be put on for 2018. And yeah, those are my notable mentions, y'all. But now it's y'all turn. Let me know y'all top 10 pick of who y'all think is gonna make the XXL Freshman for 2018. Leave that in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. But y'all, that's it for this video, man. Make sure y'all tune back in right here tomorrow, and I'll catch y'all in the video. Peace. Walk,